Hello, Martin Baker here, your host and game master, and welcome back. I know it's been a while since we've had any Legacy of Ash on the channel, but we're back, and we're rocking and rolling, and we're getting content put out there for the final episode of our Star Wars Edge of the Empire campaign. This was actually 0.1 Legacy of Ash was the second video we posted on the channel, right after the Welcome to Nerds and Stuff video. And so this has been kind of a weird endeavor for us, getting ready to end our longest running campaign. And we've talked about this in some recent couch times in our 2-year happy birthday video kind of stuff. So I just want to take this moment to say thank you to each and every one of you for making it this far into the campaign. We've got a couple more hours ahead, and then we're going to wrap this whole thing up. And I couldn't be more excited. We've had a hell of a run, a lot of laughs, a lot of emotional drama and stuff like that at the table. So I just wanted to thank you for joining us on this adventure. I also want to take a moment to thank each and every person who's ever backed us on Patreon. As you can see, we're using a new camera. There's a new quality in the production of what we're doing. And this new camera was bought and paid for using funds donated by our Patreon backers. When we started Patreon, we promised that each and every dollar would go towards the channel, and here we are. We upgraded our video camera. We're working on new sound stuff, and so we're super excited about all the stuff that's happening here at Nerds and Stuff. And I wanted to take this moment to thank each and every one of you for supporting us, supporting what we do, helping us chase this wacky dream with us. So thank you so much for that. Enjoy the new video quality because you helped pay for it. So thank you so much. I just wanted to take time for two more things. Number one is with the new camera, there was a setting that I didn't check, that I didn't know about, and during the recording of the first 2 hours of episode 9, it was focusing on a person's face. It doesn't change the focus depth very much, but it was tracking someone's face. And whenever they moved, the screen would get lighter or darker. So that's kind of a pain in the butt to watch. I'm assuming most of you just listen to our content, but for those of you who watch, just be aware that you're not going crazy. Sometimes it looks like there's a cloud floating overhead. We're in a basement, so that's not possible. So I just wanted to address that and let you know that you're not going crazy, because I certainly felt like it when I was editing 9.1. So that happens in the first 2 hours, and it has been fixed for future content production. I know we've been having some technical difficulties lately, but we're getting them all figured out, and we're going through a bit of growing pains and getting new equipment and doing all this other fun stuff. But I can assure you that we're not letting our quality slide. We're just doing the best we can and trying to figure it out and go from there. So thank you for your patience. Thank you for your understanding. Lastly, the final thing I want to touch on before we get back into Legacy of Ash. I know I can hear you on the internet yelling, "Get off the screen, Martin," or "Get back on the screen and start narrating Star Wars instead." But here's the deal. We're going to do some credits at the end of Legacy of Ash. We've been playing this campaign for 2 years now, over 2 years, and it's been such a major part of everything we've done here. And it was the second video on the channel was Legacy of Ash 0.1, and so it's been a weird journey for us, and hopefully for you as well. But it's kind of bittersweet seeing this chapter come to an end. We're not returning to Star Wars immediately. We're going to take a break. We're going to run through a lot of other games I have on the shelves here, and we're going to work on some really fun content for you, the viewers, and to continue to grow and expand our channel and the podcast and all the other stuff we're working on. But what I wanted to comment on super quick, so we're going to have credits at the end of the campaign. And we don't have a lot of credits. Obviously, we're a very small, tight group, but we did want to take that opportunity to thank our Patreon backers and the people who have supported us during this endeavor. So if you're interested in having your name immortalized in our credits forever, sign up for Patreon at any level, and anyone who's backed us over the 2 years now will have their name in the credits as well as production assistants or production helpers or whatever wacky title I figure out for all the backers. So if you're interested in supporting us and helping us and having your name immortalized at the end of Legacy of Ash, sign up for Patreon at any backer level before the final video comes out, and we'll get your name featured in those credits. So I just wanted to take this moment to thank each and every one of you as the fans, as the viewers of Legacy of Ash. While this chapter comes to a close soon, or at least the beginning of the end, It's been a wild ride, and I want to thank each and every one of you, backer or not, fan of the channel. Thank you so much for all your support, and we hope that when Legacy of Ash is finished, you continue to watch our wacky content, our dramatic, our comedy, our horror, and that you continue on this journey with us over the next 2 years or the next couple campaigns or anything like that. So thank you so much, and without further ado, I present to you Episode 9, the finale of our campaign, Legacy of Ash. Of a small ship. There are several small children aboard and a handful of adults. The children are terrified. The adults are panicked. There's laser fire everywhere. Outside the ship you can hear the sounds of explosions. The ship is in combat. Looking out the window you can see that it's in atmosphere and there's starfighters zipping about. Starfighters unlike those that have ever been seen in the Civil War era. These are Brotherhood of Darkness Buzzard starfighters. One of the adults, a young man in Jedi battle armor, walks with his hands bracing up against the walls inside the ship. He looks to the children. "Everyone hang on! We're under attack by the Brotherhood of Darkness." The camera focuses on a young girl, seemingly calm in the middle of the storm around her. She looks at her two cousins across from her. They tremble in fear as a violent explosion rocks the ship. It's a shame that they're so much stronger in the Force, yet they are so weak in spirit. She smiles. "No worries. Soon, I will be a Jedi too. They might have more natural ability, but I will work harder. I will show them." Another explosion rocks the ship and blows a hole in the hull. In that moment, the little girl gets ripped from the ship and into the open air of a green, lush planet known as Rusan. Almost in slow motion, she watches as the Jedi ship slips out of her grip, reaching up, grasping. As time rips back into reality, the ship presses forward, with buzzards hot in pursuit. Tumbling and turning as she free falls towards the rushing green earth below, she reached out for anything to brace or break her fall. But then there was nothing in reach. The little girl, falling from the sky, closed her eyes and felt the cool wind on her face, knowing these would be her last moments. As she crashed into the ground, it made a warbling sound. She frantically opened her eyes, not dead yet. She had struck a small green flying creature. A furry ball with fins and a swirly tail. Very cute by Var's standards. She reached out and grabbed it by the tail as they both fell together to the nearby ground. The creature, a native species to Rusan, known as a bouncer, whistled out in pain and tried to bite the small girl's hand. The two crashed into the ground softly, the bouncer having slowed their fall onto a bed of thick, overgrown moss, taking care of the rest. The little girl released the creature's tail and apologized immediately. "I'm sorry. I hope I didn't hurt you." "That's not very nice of you," a voice whispered in the back of her mind. The bouncer looked around inquisitively to the skies above. "What sort is this? Children falling from the skies now." The young girl frantically stands up and looks around for anyone else around her. Someone's speaking to her. After she realizes that this floating creature in front of her is somehow whispering into her mind, she reaches out and she gently pets the small creature. "My ship was attacked. You saved my life. My name is Rain. I am a Jedi. At least, I'm going to become one." Rain looks up at the sky, where the Jedi starship had once been, where she had once been. The floating creature shakes itself off and bobs slightly, as if in a bow. "My name is Law." She looks up to the sky once again. "Well, soon to be Jedi, let's see about getting you back to your friends." The camera cuts and opens back into the cockpit of the Kobolt Krayt, barreling through hyperspace. The camera pans around. You see Vox in a sort of stasis mode, chilling out, relaxing, maxing all cool. You see Remy in the driver's seat. He looks very calm, collected, almost asleep, but then the camera shows his eyes that are wide open. White. Blazing white are the color of his eyes. He has a holocron in one hand, his lightsaber in the other. Vox sits silently, humming in a low power mode nearby. There's a chirp at the door, followed shortly by a knock, followed then by a pounding. As Vox fires back up into the mode, you see Remy blink heavily, his eyes turning from white back. Does Remy have a canon eye color?
I don't think he does.
Blue. You tell us. You tell us, what color are Remy's eyes?
They're brown.
Oh, yep. Sure enough. That's canon.
All right.
The poster's canon. Perfect. So we see Remy kind of blink heavily back into existence, into reality. And you hear this kind of pounding at the door. Triz trying to get into the cockpit. So, as Vox rolls over to the door, presses a button on the wall, the door opens. You see Triz standing there very impatiently. She announces that there's something in the bunk that she wanted to get everybody together for. So I'm going to kind of open it up for role-playing. I think I told you a little bit about this.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's go ahead and open.
All right. Remy, wake up. We gotta go.
Okay, what's up?
There's something in the bunk, and I think that everybody needs to see this.
Okay. So Remy just kind of stands up and, like, kind of lackadaisically follows Triz.
Okay.
No hurry to go.
And just for your point of reference, that the whole opening scene is what you
Yeah.
were seeing, obviously. Just in case.
I figured.
It's been a while since we played Star Wars. Hi, welcome back.
It's completely unrelated. Remy's just
Caesar.
taking a nap.
Yeah, he's just like zonked out, drooling a little
Enjoyed
bit.
that little exposition.
There you go.
It's
Yeah,
for the fans.
yeah, we're just telling all sorts of stories here. Right, so you guys all gather up in the kind of common room. It's the bunk bedroom.
We've got our the bunk.
Yeah.
We've got
Oh,
kind
the
of our,
bedroom. That's the
Quarters?
Quarter.
The quarters.
Yeah.
Hey, that's a word
That's
for
a
him.
word.
That's a word for him.
That doesn't really have a
That's
door
the crew
anymore,
quarters.
right?
No, it still does.
No, it's the captain's bunk that doesn't have a door.
bunk.
The captain's
that
bunk
bead.
technically has a door.
It has a
It's
bead door.
Thanks to you. That was all you.
It was there when we bought it.
Yeah, but you were the one that...
Listen, he's the one that added the pizzazz to it.
Also, bought is kind of a strong term.
It was there when we
Acquired
it.
Yeah.
Obtained.
Paid some for it, didn't we?
we talked...
Why
You
do you
guys
think
stole a
Echo's
ship
following
and
us all
traded-
over this, like...
I thought it was just the drinks at the bar.
Yeah, I thought it was all because of me.
That would have had to have been one hell of a bill.
That's fair.
Oh my
All right,
It was
now-
bar drinking.
Now, before we
Fair,
turn
to
this
be
into a
fair.
couch time, we'll get back into it. So you guys gather up in the quarters, and we'll say that Triz had just kind of trying to process everything, opened RC's, like, how you guys each have kind of lockers or trunks or something.
Mhm.
In the trunk, there is a data pad that just says "Play me" in the event that I'm no longer here.
On like a sticky note.
That's just a screensaver. Yeah, and it has RC going.
It's a like picture of RC bouncing in the corner.
This is absolutely just going to be a picture of his dick, isn't it?
What can I say?
Ah!
Me nostrils ain't the only thing that's huge.
Big dick joke. All right, so
Hold on, Daniel dropped something.
you're good.
The can tipped over. I'm going to make sure there was nothing
Oh,
in it.
jeez,
So.
yeah. Thank you for that. All right, so you guys, obviously RC is no longer here. You guys have his locker. It has like a bunch of stuff in it, kind of mismatched. It's mostly clothes, but you also see this data pad. What do you guys do?
Well, the button says to play it, so Triz is gonna push the button.
Okay, so a picture or a video pops up of RC. He's sitting in his bunk, lower bunk. It's kind of hard lighting, shadowy. He's kind of looking a bit solemn, but he's also he looks also a tiny bit drunk. And he goes, "Hey, crew of the Kobolt Krayt. I've never been a hopeful guy, but these last couple weeks have kind of changed my outlook on life. I figured I might make a video, say rotten proper goodbye, in case something happens to old RC. I've lived a lot of lives in my years, and I didn't have the chance to say goodbye to my friends. So here goes. Bruto, you're one of the best mates I ever had. These past couple of weeks, spending our time on Magos, really turned my spirits around. It reminded me what's worth fighting for. The second you walked in on my shop in Dantooine, you knew me outright. I could see it in your face. You could have turned me in for some sort of reward. I know you guys had a price on your head, but that didn't stop you from doing what you thought was right. Every man's got to have a code, and you lived your life by it. Bruto, like I said, you've been my best mate, one of my best mates in the better part of my life among the stars. Well, I know nothing will ever compare to the hum of your engine, beating in perfect rhythm. I figured you might not always be the type to be up for running and gunning. I know it takes its toll. One day, you might even try and cut a small slice out of the stars for yourself. Quiet place to call your own. There's a disc in my trunk, and on that disc, it just might have a piece of the heavens. It's yours. As you kind of peek down there, you see a small disc. And as you pick it up, you push a button on it, and it activates a star chart that leads to a very small, off-the-beaten-path planet. And it has coordinates for a small ranch or farm.
So, How much for farm equipment, Martin?
Don't worry, mate. I got it all provided for you.
+1 ranch.
+1 ranch. Var. I know.
Make friend status?
I know that
Var,
we
fuck
might.
you.
Hey, Var. You're evil and a whore. Hashtag gamers too. I know we don't always see eye to eye. I know you're a bit high-strung for my tastes. But I have lived a life of addiction. And I know that you suffer from it from time to time as well. In my trunk, there's a small vial known as a Bacta bomb. If you ever suffer any sort of toxin or poison or addiction that you can't get on top of, take the vial. It'll clear your wits and bring you back to your sanity. It'll help you in a time of crisis. It won't help you with your addiction. God knows, as I've traveled the stars, I've tried to deal with that myself. The only thing that's ever helped with that is good company and, you know, maybe a stiff drink. So, keep your chin up. Remy, when I was younger, barely out of my tube, I fought in the first battle of Geonosis. It was a hell of a battle. But I reckon that's a story for another time. In the Battle of Geonosis, not only did I get to meet Lady Stas Ali, sorry, I've had a bit of the drink, but I got to fight alongside her for the first time. Her grace, her beauty, her reserved power. It's the first time I'd really seen a Jedi move, and I was bewitched. After the battle, she awarded me and several of my squad mates a token given by a Jedi to those that they considered worthy, those that they trusted with their lives. That moment was the happiest moment of my life. I was somebody, not just a number. I was a defender of the Order. After 66, I was lost. The medallion became a sort of symbol of everything that I eventually hated about myself. I almost destroyed it a number of times over the years, but truthfully, I couldn't. It was the last I had of Stas. If I destroyed it, I knew somehow that I would never be anything ever again. It reminds me of the day. It reminds me every day of who you can become if you put yourself to something. It also reminds me how easily we can all fall. Remy, now you are a defender of the Order. You might be the very last Jedi in these stars. While neither tried nor true, you're on your path. See it through to the end. Don't let others corrupt or twist your mission. Don't ever let anyone stop you from becoming who you were put in this galaxy to become. Triz, my last gift might not seem like much of a gift, but hear me out. I've rigged the entire ship with explosives.
What?
It's set to a single detonator. I know what you're thinking, old crazy old RC. But here's the deal. With Vox's help, I've set the detonator to only be activated by your biometrics. You're the only one who can push the button. Why would I rig the ship to blow? Bruto's probably asking. Well, first of all, I'm crazy. Second of all, well, I figured it might be one last trick I pulled on Bruto. And lastly, You're the captain of the Krayt, Triz. You've lost her once. Almost had it taken from you a couple more times. Now, if you can't have it, no one can. Just know that once it's activated, expect about 20-second delay on the timer. I should be able to get you and your crew to safety. Just know once you push that button, there ain't no going back. Triz, take care of your ship, her crew, and may you find what you're looking at, what you're looking for at the end of this universe. All of you, keep being the beacon of light that you are in the galaxy just full of darkness. It has been an honor serving with each and every one of you. And may the Force be with you. Now, if you don't mind, I'm gonna take my leave. RC, it's on and off. The video ends. What do you guys do?
So when you look at the captain, she's got like this single tear rolling down her face. So that was very emotional for her, seeing her lost crewmate that she didn't quite get to say goodbye to, plus his gift of exploding the ship.
The potential, yes.
Potential. Where only she has the ability to detonate it. I think she's a little excited about that, because this is Triz and she likes to, cause havoc. So it was like the most perfect gift that Triz could have ever gotten from RC. And to see the look on Bruto's face.
I think I have something I need to go check into. I don't know when RC did this, but we've been sustaining a lot of damage lately.
Yep. That's fair.
If we are rigged to blow, maybe I should just make sure these explosives are intact. And
yeah. You take some solace in knowing that RC was an explosives ordnance professional, but at the same time, he was
explosives
crazy
don't work too
and
well
old.
when they are partially exploded.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. So as you guys kind of look down into the trunk, you find the medallion that's the Defender of the Order. You've never seen anything like this before, but it looks very... It's a very small circle, and it has like a crest on it that looks very Jedi.
Okay.
You have that disc. You can press more into it if you want. It'll probably take just a fairly basic computer check to kind of get more information on this setup.
Yeah, I'll do that.
And then for you, you find this small vial, has a liquid in it, and it almost looks like a nebula in the vial. It's this gorgeous blue, purple, pink. It almost reminds you of the night sky, or the day sky, I guess, in Magos. Okay. Trapped in a small vial. So, deal? Were you wanting to do that?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm just going to make it 2 purples.
Okay. I fail with 2 success.
Wait, you fail with two advantage?
To advantage.
No, I do not.
You can't fail with success, brother.
Oh, I fail with 2 advantage.
Okay.
Those are the words my brain tried to say.
You're fine. It's been months since we last played. Right. So you're
I'm
not
not great at maps.
Let's just. I mean, I don't want to tell you how your character feels, but I would probably say seeing this and hearing RC's words kind of makes you very scatterbrained.
It's weird.
So, what would you like to use your advantage for?
So, I think the advantage is that I do kind of know roughly the area in space.
Deal.
So, like, I don't really know a lot of what's going on or, like, what this means or even what being a rancher means. Because I'm a man of, like, computers and space. Mm-hmm. But I roughly know where it is, and it's actually...
I can tell you. So it's in between the core and hut space. It's 2/3 of the way towards hut space.
Okay.
There's no major hyperspace lanes leading to this planet. So it is off the beaten path, perfect place to disappear.
Good.
And
because I have a lot of money right now.
yeah, so you just kind of bring up the star map, and you're like, oh, okay, I kind of know where that is. That looks like there's an intersection nearby, and you recognize that because you guys have actually been to a planet on that intersection before called Randon. Or Randon is where you left Vox,
right? And
you guys went back to pick him up. So Randon is really close. If you were to have maybe a little bit more time, a little bit more privacy, you could probably bring it up, no problem.
Yeah, RC was close. This is hard.
So what do you guys do? You're all standing there, kind of collecting your individual memorabilia or whatever.
Where exactly is the detonator located? Was it?
It's in the trunk.
In the trunk.
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't
press
push
it now. Don't press it now.
Let's just assume it works and not see if it does.
Yeah. But when you when you pick it up, you can feel it sort of hum up to life. So like just you picking it up fires it up. It doesn't make it live or anything like that. Like you still have to put in a passcode and so like
you hear a click that just echoes through the entire ship.
So I'm kind of looking at this, and it kind of hits me. I'm like, how did RC get this to respond to my?
Yeah. Vox kind of like.
Vox, what did you do?
And he just slowly and then rolls away.
I just kind of put it in my pocket with like that.
He comes back in 30 seconds with just a clump of hair from the from your shower. From your refresher. Oh wait, you have hair,
I
right?
have some hair.
Okay, yeah. So he just comes back with a clump of hair that was taken from the drain. He goes, "Wow,
that could be any of us."
Ew.
Oh.
Ew.
Well, not Var.
Yeah, it couldn't be me.
But
Deal. Moving on.
Moving on.
I think Remy just kind of like holds the coin and like doesn't necessarily pay attention to anyone else that's going on.
Okay.
But he just like is really inspecting the symbol and kind of like feeling ashamed because he's supposed RC got this as a defender and is someone able to protect the order, and Remy feels a little ashamed because he wasn't able to protect RC at the same time. So
that's fair. Right. So are you guys just kind of hanging out, or do you disperse, or?
I think Bruto's not really one to show his emotions, so I think he's probably going to go mourn in private.
Okay.
He's got a wall that needs a new mural.
Yeah, you just
engineering.
hear Heave crying from engineering for the next hour and a half.
Working on this ship.
I gotta fix stuff.
It's all broken. Everything's broken.
Yep. What does Var do with the vial?
She's gonna stare at it for a long time because you said
it's almost
like,
mesmerizing.
Yeah, it's beautiful, and she also is trying to think of one where she can hide it because she doesn't 100% trust herself with it, but she doesn't want to give it with anybody else.
That's fair. That sounds like a junkie.
I got a shiny thing. Where do I put the shiny thing?
Right, exactly. I was like, she's like, what do I do with this? Because,
and then, so as you're looking at it, you see Vox like, wow.
But I also don't want to give it to him. But I do, but I don't.
Wow.
Because it'll rattle around in there and break. I don't know where you keep the things I hand you.
Wow. And he kind of opens a compartment and he goes, wow.
Whatever. Here you go.
And he takes
if I need that, you better give it back.
Wow.
a broken crayon falls to the floor.
Yeah, pretty much.
The exchanged offering.
What's funny is like later you're just walking and you see just like the liquid, just a trail of like shiny liquid.
No, that'd be sad.
He accidentally uncorked it. No. Do we want to cut to engineering and look a little bit more into this, or are you good?
Yeah, we could do that.
Okay. Deal. Well, I'll just say with enough time you're able to kind of figure it out.
We've got nothing to do. We're in space.
So it is a planet called Rusan, and it is very much off the beaten track, like I said. When you bring up the details, you see that it is a fairly decent large plot of land. It has several structures around it. It was left to, it just has like a serial number kind of thing. So you don't know, it doesn't, you know, there's no people there or anything like that, but it seems like you, and if others wanted to join you, then you would be able to start a new life there. All right, so unless there's anything else, we're going to cut to the next scene. Okay, so you guys are, you're back, just kind of waiting to get to hut space. You're very near to it. Remy heads to the cockpit, waiting to drop the ship out of sublight, and the ship actually drops out of hyperspace probably a few moments before it should have, and alarms just are blaring in the ship. You immediately drop out of hyperspace into a debris field. I'm going to need you to immediately make a piloting check to avoid debris for minor damage.
Okay. Piloting space?
Yes.
Yes.
I would think so.
What difficulty?
Right, so it's going to be... we're going to make it 3 purples.
A hard check. No bueno. Okay. Alright. Fell with 2 advantage.
Alright. So you come out, and something big crashes into the crate before you can even get the shields up, before you can even react. And you just, all of you hear this scraping of metal on the hull, and you can tell that it's just tearing into the ship a little bit. You're definitely going to take some hull damage. How many did you fail by?
Just 1.
Okay, so you take one point of hull damage, and that's above and beyond your soak kind of thing.
Okay, so just like...
Yeah, I'm just going to make you take 1, yeah. And so you just
piercing damage.
It's piercing damage, yeah. But you also hear just like rain on a metal rooftop, just tiny debris just smattering. You also your windshield just ting 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 ting, like pebbles off glass kind of thing. And so you start reacting immediately. You guys all feel the ship just start to shift really hard. The alarm klaxons are blaring. What do you guys do?
I'll probably run to... That's the only thing I somewhat know how to do on the ship, so I'm going to go sit in the co-pilot seat.
Deal. And I'm assuming you're running in the cockpit as well?
Are we just...
You just dropped out of hyperspace. You were expecting
Don't really know what's
drop
happening.
out, and then a lackadaisy drive
And
to
then we have
to
like
Narshada.
customs line. And...
Yep. Oh yeah. So but
Yeah,
this is
head to the
totally
cockpit.
unexpected. Okay. Bruto, do you call anything over the internet?
Sirens, yes. I'm running to engineering and screaming at Remy.
Deal. Remy, what do you say? Or what do you want to do?
Remy!
Trying to control the ship as best I can, just reacting to chunks of metal and
so as you're
flying.
As you're kind of weaving through this, it looks like a battle happened recently. There's debris everywhere. At least 3 ships have been blown up. Some mostly transport-sized ships. Something pretty nasty happened here. You guys are at the edge of right in proper hut space, and you're just you're swerving. You finally are able to get to a spot that's not pretty nasty, but right when Var and Triz get to the cockpit.
And then I'll just kind of flip the open comms kind of thing so I can keep hands on the wheels as well. And just be
smart, using your hands-free communication device.
Yeah.
While driving.
The more you know.
Bruto's a big fan. Bruto keeps wanting to buy everybody headpieces.
Yeah.
And I'm just the sensors picked up some debris field, and we're just piloting through it. Everything's fine. Nothing.
What the hell did we hit?
Nothing.
That wasn't nothing. Nothing doesn't claw through our armor.
We're in the cockpit now, right?
Yes.
We hit giant chunks of other ships.
What the hell?
I don't know. I'm just staring and telling you what I see.
So Var, being the computer's expert that she is, she looks down and she sees a light flashing on the control panel, and it activates a distress beacon from another nearby ship. And you actually hear a distress
Push
signal.
the right button.
Go
She didn't
me!
just call
That's
a
because it
cab.
had a light. That's because it was a flashing light. 50-50 chance it calls a cab.
Somebody
though.
might need a
Right,
cab.
she has
This was
like 2 ranks
answering
in
a cab.
piloting now. She has some stuff happening to her.
This is answering a cab.
So you hear like, dude, please help. We're a supply ship, Wayfair class, medium freighter, 55423, and we're leaking life support. We're severely damaged. We were attacked by pirates. Please help. Anyone in the vicinity. And then beep, beep, and the message replays.
I don't see a not blown up ship anywhere. I'm assuming everyone else heard that.
A perception, yeah. So that's
That played
Yeah.
over the whole speaker
Yeah.
system.
So a perception or a computer's check would bring that up.
I'll go ahead and just look.
I can't
Okay,
do computers.
and you're also flying, so
Perception
if you
is-
get too busy, I'm gonna make you do another piloting check.
Against what?
You're gonna do perception. So
can
perception,
look at me.
these are gonna be 3
hope you're
purples.
looking.
These are gonna be 3 purples for either one. The computers would be a little bit easier though.
So 3 purples for perception.
Yes. You're staring into a debris field trying to find.
Yeah,
a
I
beat
know.
up
Trying to
ship.
find not debris.
That's moved.
Sterling, I'm gonna give you a setback as well because of the piloting as
But
well.
I actually
may
think
have...
I have an ability that lets me remove setbacks on.
Is it called
I think it's one of
finding
my-
blown up shit?
It's
blown
called
up-
Lack of
Force ones.
success.
4
to
eyes.
advantage.
Yeah. Black
I'll
success,
just you're good for it. Lack of success
but to advantage.
to advantage. Okay. What would you like to do after your dice juju?
What color is the debris?
Mostly gunmetal. Sterling, what do you got?
Oh, actually, it doesn't remove it. I get to add a blue with uncanny senses.
Oh, wait a minute. We have these things.
Yeah.
Do I get to add anything for that?
Character sheets.
It's been a long time.
It has been a long time.
So
Forgive
I
us.
get to add-
We're back.
But I don't think I have anything that adds anything to that.
So you're adding a boost and a setback, or two
Two
boosts?
boosts and a setback.
Woo! Sterling is good at flying and looking at stuff.
Nope.
So,
Thank God he's the pilot.
It goes back to his Corellian days when he used to have a motorcycle out of Corellia High when he used to look at girls' butts while driving. That's where all these boosts are coming from.
so I don't know exactly. Is this? Which one did I roll?
Not a triumph.
It is a success.
Did you roll
I rolled
triumphs?
1 yellow.
Yeah,
So it must
you
be
would
that
have freaked
one.
out a
Okay,
little
Because
bit
we
more.
store
if
the
you
other
Yeah.
rolled
ones
triumph.
on triumphs.
So it's 2 success and that's it.
2 success. Okay, so you do spot.
And 1 advantage.
You do spot. Wayfarer classes. Okay, they're a pretty standard transport ship. They're basically like tractor trailers of shipping, and you see one and. When you bring up, you spot it, you bring up on computers real quick, and it does like a magnified zoom, and you just see like air just decompressing out of a couple different spots, and it's just kind of lifelessly spinning.
So this appears to probably be pretty recent then. If
Yeah,
they're still escaping.
and you can tell that there's. I don't know the technology on Star Wars. Like, can you scan for life forms like in Star Trek? I don't think so, right?
I don't really know that there's technology in Star Wars.
I don't think there is. Because like even
Things just
Imperial,
happen,
Imperial
like-
Customs has to board your ship to see what you're hauling.
Yeah, they come in and they open the cargo containers and they look inside. They
There's
don't even read a
smugglers down
manifest.
here. There's people down here. Yep. Right. So you
Star
can
Wars
tell.
is closer to magic.
You can tell. We'll,
It's just space magic.
we'll say with your space magic calculations,
Imperial
you're
lights and
able to
magic.
detect that there is still some life support on the ship, but it's barely breathable.
Okay.
So you don't have much time to fart around if you're going to try and save anybody on these ships.
Okay. I just asked
On the
Captain
ship.
straight up. Captain, I think there's people still alive on that ship.
If there's people still alive, we should see what we can do to help.
Hey, maybe we should see if the pirates are still here.
I was gonna say, are some of the? Can I
Before
see
starting
anything on the
rescue
bigger
activities?
chunks to give a hint of what the other ships were that blew up or anything like that?
Yeah, I'd make that a piloting space check, trying to identify noticeable. You definitely like some of the smaller ships. You can actually tell are fighters that have broken apart.
Okay.
Like not traditional X-wings or TIE fighters. These are just like cloak-shaped fighters or something like that. So it looked like a pretty serious battle happened here between pirates and just people running goods. Because from what some of you know, especially people who've been in hut space, Huts import a ton of stuff. Like, they always have luxuries in demand.
They've got all those frogs. They've got to come from somewhere.
Nala tree frogs.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this just looks like wrong place, wrong time kind of situation. But if you guys want to look around, see if there's any pirates left over, feel free to do so.
You can look for pirates if you want.
Can I scan for pirates from my computers?
Would you like to do perception or computers?
I'll do computers.
Okay, go ahead.
Now, what's the difficulty?
We're going to make it 3 purples. There's a ton of interference from all the debris.
That's fair.
Scanning for heat signatures.
Scanning for all the things that don't necessarily exist in Star Wars.
Well, there's no fails.
So I have 4 success and 3 setback.
Okay, so you do a...
5 success.
So with your computers, what are you scanning for? Just like heat signatures
I want to know if
for
the pirate
engines?
ships are still here. So
Okay,
I guess
so, yeah. So you do
I'm
detect.
looking for pirates.
I think this is stuff in Star Wars. You do detect that probably within the last hour, several ships have jumped into hyperspace from this place. So that's definitely some of the signatures you get. You also don't detect any engines firing except for yours, and you have threat as well.
3 threat. Yeah.
Okay, so with your 3 threat, you also the computers seemingly are on the fritz. Whatever hit the ship probably interfered with some of the...
Somebody bumped our antenna. And now I'm going to have to sit up there with the little wrenches and tighten one screw at a
If this
time.
is anything like satellite television, you're going to be up there for hours trying to get the dish line
Stick
back up.
box on the top.
Yeah, boxes are satellite antenna.
That worked okay for 9 out of the 10 droids on the Naboo transport in episode 1. Yeah, it's not like he's important to the plot. No,
Hey, he'll have plot armor.
plot armor.
Just
Yeah,
like R2.
perfect.
That's how R2 survived.
That's true. Plus 15 plot armor. All right, so you're flying in towards the ship.
It doesn't look like there's any pirates left. In fact, I'm not really seeing any engines at all in the area, but our computers are kind of cooked. Whatever you ran into, it's...
Actually, I lied. The ship that the Wayfarer does have a damaged reactor, so it's you can tell that it's firing irregularly.
Okay.
Yeah. So it does run the risk of failing dramatically shortly. Yeah. Right. So I'm gonna have you do another piloting check to guide yourselves in.
Difficulty?
We're just gonna make it 3 purples again.
Okay. You know what? I'm going to use my force point that lets me, like, set it aside and upgrade my agility to 5.
Okay. Deal. I forgot that you can just do that. But
Yeah.
you don't have to. I'm just gonna be
Space
fancy.
magic.
Yeah.
I think it'll just be
wizards.
slightly cooler on this check.
Only when it comes to agility, though, I think. When it comes to being cool and smoking behind the high school, no force dice.
2 success and 4 advantage.
Whew. So I'm assuming you're using one of those advantages to fly real cool, real casual, like Chewbacca.
Flying
Like, we totally
casual.
didn't just hit a big piece of debris.
Yeah. So what would you like to use your advantage on?
I flip the ship to knock the antenna back into place.
I'll allow it.
Hey, the comms are looking clear now. I don't know what happened.
Whatever you did, fixed it.
I guess we shook loose the bird's nest.
What's super funny though is you're like flying, you're like steady, clunk. Yeah. Bruto's just like. In the last hour, I found out that the ship is rigged to blow, and we've hit 2 things since then. One of them purposely.
You know where those big ship explosions tend to start? Right by the engines.
Yeah,
Which is where I live.
that's where all my stuff is. My hammock.
That's where my stuff is.
Perfect. All right, so you guys glide in. You're able to line up the crate to get a hard seal on this Wayfarer. It's drifting idly, so you're able to use some of that advantage to kind of line it up and get like a perfect seal. You guys get the seal. You can tell that their ship has some decompression issues, so you're going to have to head into the airlock. I don't think you guys have zero grav suits, do you? Or do you?
I think we do. Because Captain had those mag boots she would never get out of.
Well, and we had some when we left the
When we were
exploding
saved.
ship.
Deal. Why don't we just say this? So
And
just
I
flip
didn't
over a
grab
destiny
your
point,
arm.
and you're guaranteed to have. Okay?
Boom.
Deal. Flip it over
Destiny
here.
Point says we do.
I
sure do
I'll bet you
now.
Destiny Point we have grab suits.
Yeah, because
Right.
we had it when I forgot to grab your arm.
So these are just like 0G kind of atmospheric suits. They're not like armor. They're not like power armor. You're not about to fight the alien from Alien or
We hope.
Aliens. Get away from her, you bitch! All right, right. So as you guys enter, you get the hard seal. You go into the airlock.
Did anybody let them know we were coming?
There's
no way
unfortunately.
to.
Oh.
Yeah, your
It was a
computer's-
recorded message.
I'd
that went
recommend
out.
weapons drawn.
That's fair. So you guys are all, the door opens to the Wayfarer class into the cargo bay, and it's pitch black. Things are floating. What do you guys do?
Hello?
You hear, hello, 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 hello?
Is anybody there?
Is anybody there? There? Hello? There?
We're here to help.
Vox goes, wow, wow. Wow, wow. And then,
Okay,
and then it
we
just
know
turns
the
into like a
expert
half
comms
minute.
word. Thanks for the checks, everyone.
Yeah, it's just a game of echoing.
Yeah.
To where Vox is just he's just doing droid sounds, and it
Don't
just
you have like a giant flashlight or something? Make
his
your
eye
eyeball
just turns
a
into a
flashlight,
giant
please.
eye. Yeah.
Thank you.
Right. So as you guys are looking around, crates they look like foodstuffs are just floating there. What do you guys do?
Var pockets something to eat.
Okay.
We haven't got grocery
It's like
shopping
an
in a while.
MRE.
Yep.
Ooh, chicken and rice.
My favorite.
Can we try to like
I
take
think-
the food crate?
We came for a rescue mission and instead we're robbing the ship.
Edge of the Empire.
Welcome to Legacy of Ash.
I think Remy's gonna like slowly descend like through the corridor, kind of like.
Okay. Because it's these ships. There's pictures of them online, but they have massive cargo bays, like a gymnasium cargo bay kind of thing.
Okay.
Yeah. So you're looking around, and it's kind of hard to get your bearings in here because up is down and left is right kind of situation. So you guys start making your way through the cargo bay, and so you guys are kind of trying to find signs of life. Is that what's going on?
Should probably lock the ship too. Just saying, like.
I don't. Is that a thing in Star Wars? I know we made the boop boop joke before.
Do we shoot it? It'll close it, but
Then you can't open it.
Yeah, this is your new ship then.
We just leave it
this
and
is
hope
our
they don't
ship
take
now.
our ship.
Deal. You guys put
They do take our
Vox
ship. We
Yeah.
to guard the door.
Use your disruptor if you need to.
Deal. He starts just collecting floating meals.
Good job.
Yeah.
Get the groceries box.
Yeah, get some groceries while we're
See a
here.
vial
We
of
never
shiny
got-
liquid floating by.
We never got any wedding cake and we're hungry.
So as you guys are kind of making your way through towards what you feel like would be the kind of command hub of the ship, you see the power start to cycle back on and off. Lights are flickering. It almost looks like a horror movie kind of situation. And then you actually hear like a blaster fire, and the sound just kind of echoes through the hall.
Hey, don't shoot us. We came to help you.
You can't. You don't hear anything. It sounds. Part of you think that there might be pirates on board still. Another, you just heard a single, but you don't know where it came from, how far away it is.
Captain cocks her gun like he always does.
Dramatic
Unnecessary
effect.
gun
You hear
noises.
that.
yeah.
Deal.
So if we could get to engineering, I could see about stabilizing the reactor.
Have any idea where engineering is?
Of course I do.
Okay.
This is a common starship. It's in the engineering place.
It's like if you
Do you
walk
not know
into a
this?
hotel and you know where
Where's
the
the
back
desk?
rooms that sell the drugs are. Everybody has their specialties. Right. So as
It's
you guys
there.
are starting to make your way towards engineering, the ship powers up completely and seemingly very stable.
That's not creepy at all.
Yeah. And then you hear the comms fire up, and you hear a young woman say, "Welcome."
Shit.
And then you hear footsteps around you, and you realize that this is thoroughly an ambush set by pirates.
Yep.
What do you guys do?
Bloody pirates.
I opened the food I stashed in my pocket.
Oh, you guys aren't
Anxious
private. You
eating?
guys aren't in the cargo bay anymore.
No, but I grabbed one as we were walking.
That's
So, wouldn't your computer panel maybe?
Sure.
I would like to try and see what might be happening. Like, to see if I could slice in real quick.
Okay, deal.
Because clearly this is about to hit the fan.
Yep. So go ahead and slice in. You guys hear footsteps, like, rushing towards you.
Is there anywhere I can duck behind? Is there like
I'm
a crate
ready
that
to
makes it
There's
funny?
debris everywhere. Yep.
I'm ready to fight.
I'm gonna
got
jump over and duck behind a box and
Okay.
have my one little gun that I have. Yeah,
Okay,
I got
just
one blaster.
everybody leave me out in the open. That worked well last time. Guys?
You have one more arm and 2 legs. You're fine.
All right.
I am going to draw my lightsaber in one hand and a blaster in the other.
Very
This is
cinematic.
I'm a
Very
Jedi.
And, yeah.
Are you signaling us? Like,
Hello?
And, just prepare, I think, maybe even try to find Are we still in 0 gravity, or did, like,
No,
gravity
when,
kick on?
when
No,
everything
everything came
kicked back
back
on,
on.
So, I
things are
guess-
smashing. You hear the cargo bay just collapse into...
I would maybe try and find an advantageous
You go back
spot.
and he has like a bump on his elbow. And
It's just like a dent.
Sorry. Sorry, you're doing real stuff. Sorry.
It's fine.
We're talking about Vox's Google right now. That takes more importance in the story.
That's real important. Thank you.
Like, you'd be able to tell he has a new dent.
I would. Thank you.
Did you not hear me holding the dent going... All right.
Just
so,
try and find, like,
sorry,
a good
what cool
spot.
stuff were you doing before I ruined
It wasn't that cool.
Okay.
Just finding a spot to, like,
Roll a cool check.
fight from.
Prepared to be defending your position.
Yeah.
So you guys are at like a T intersection in a hallway. Not a very good defendable spot. There's debris everywhere, luckily, but it's not a great spot to be, especially when you hear people closing in from seemingly every direction. Yeah. All right. Go ahead and roll your computers check.
What's the difficulty?
This is going to be just a 3 difficulty as well.
Okay.
I'm gonna make
Just a
it. I'm gonna
3?
make it 1 red though instead of a purple.
I have 2 success and 1 advantage.
Okay, deal. What would you like to use your advantage on? So you hack into the system. You were just what were you ultimately trying to do?
So we'll say I was going for ship sensors, assuming those are a thing, so that I
Okay.
could see kind of what we may be facing.
Deal.
Because knowledge is power.
Deal. All right. So I'll disseminate some of the information to you as rounds kind of start
Okay.
to develop. But immediately, are you doing internal or external stuff? Because
Internal.
Both are scary.
Oh,
Yeah.
great. Well, internal is immediate scary.
Deal.
Internal is going to shoot me in the back in about half a second.
Deal. This ship is actually ready. Once you kind of get in a little bit deeper, you get past the fake transponder code, and you realize that this is part of a fleet owned by a smuggler known as Grinder.
Oh. Is it now?
Hey, we know your boss.
You just get on general comms. Can we talk to your boss real quick?
I'm kind of dating him. I promise.
We think you have the wrong people.
He knows me.
All
We
right.
go way back.
So,
We'll buy you a new launcher.
no, that was Bango's
That was
chair.
He might still like the lawn chair, though.
There's
memories.
memorabilia, yeah.
Oh my
Right.
god.
All right. So you kind of get that, and as funny as it is, it's also you guys are outnumbered, outgunned by someone
yeah.
who kind of blew your arm off.
Yeah.
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 Kind of a sore spot.
Yeah.
A little bit of irritation.
Yeah. Especially when you're pushing buttons with
Yeah.
your robotic arm. Yeah.
So we should leave now. This is
Yeah.
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 This is Grinder's ship.
Maybe we can talk to him.
I would rather not talk to him. Okay.
I bet he's sorry.
Look,
A little bit.
when these sorts of situations happen
Probably
in
not.
space,
Actually.
you typically survive by running away. And right now, there's a lot of them, and not a lot of us.
I say we fight. Grinder's just a mini boss. We can take him.
I don't have RC here for my meta jokes.
Yeah. Yeah. I was like, that was a little too meta for Remy.
That was a Sterling saying that.
That's right. That's right.
That was hysterical.
All right.
Then Var's gonna turn around and run.
Okay. So you guys are. I'm assuming you're.
We're
Are you-
getting the
are you-
hell out of there.
It's a what is it?
Tactical
a retreat.
Okay. So
Nah,
are
she's just
you
running.
unplugging and not gaining the
I'm
last
going
information?
wireless.
Oh, you're gonna connect to their Wi-Fi?
Yeah.
Okay.
I hacked their Wi-Fi password.
Deal. I'll let you use some of your advantage for that.
Okay.
So as you're running,
Admin.
I reach up on my data pad and
Yeah.
I hit the Wi-Fi signal.
deal. It asks you for a password,
And
and
I type in guest. And we're good.
Password
right.
It's
failed.
just password.
Guest 01.
It's actually the password is Triz Lok.
But it was like a biometric scan, so it detected her like close proximity and unlocked.
Yeah. Anyways, so you guys are running.
I think I'm gonna get something weird from this network.
Probably. Exterior scans show that ships have activated in the debris field that we're hiding out.
Awesome.
Yeah. And so now you guys are outnumbered as far as personnel and ships.
Yeah, running away still sounds great.
Deal.
As Var's running, she's just screaming, "I'm never pushing the blinking buttons again."
That's fine. So you guys
Called the wrong
approach.
cab, Var.
As you guys like hit the cargo bay, you see Vox had like met you at the door of the hallway that you're running out of, and he has packaged food like sticking out of his clothing.
He's just crammed full of
Yeah,
it.
he has like corners of MREs just sticking out of his compartment.
His head's not spinning very well.
And when it does, like you just see rice grains start to spill out. Uncooked rice grains. Yeah. And he just like, wow, wow,
Good job, Fox. Now we gotta run.
wow, wow.
Yep, turn around, run.
Wow,
Yeah, bring the food, let's go.
Wow.
Inside.
There you go, Sterling. Now it's a real thing. Wow.
Wow.
Right, so as you guys turn and head back to the like docking bay coupling, you see that the door is sealed shut to go back in your ship. You're gonna have to mechanically hack this.
Shoot it.
Yep.
Oh yeah, let's try shooting it first, because that always opens doors.
I have a lightsaber.
Oh yeah.
Lightsaber it.
I mean, do I pry it or do we cut it?
Now, very small chance when you use your lightsaber, you
cut our door.
You depressurize the airlock and blow both ships up. Just small chance. I know that that's not how Star Wars works, but that's how space works. I don't know if you've seen Interstellar.
I actually
Okay, yeah, it's okay. It's okay. Christopher Nolan is only one of the best directors of our time. Right. So, do you want to do a mechanics check or do you want to do a crazy person check?
Let's see how bad his mechanics check spells first
That's
and how
fair.
panicked Remy
That's fair.
gets.
Right. While you're collecting your dice pool, I'm going to fire at the group with thugs.
That's rude.
Yeah. So who wants to get who's kind of defending the back?
Come on.
Deal.
Is
is
that
true.
even a question?
This is true.
All right. So it is medium range. There is debris everywhere, so I'm going to add 2 setbacks to it.
I'm gonna use
These goons are aiming.
Don't
Okay.
worry, she's just
I'm gonna use a-
grabbing
Amazing.
green.
Okay. Never mind. All right. I'm rolling.
What's my difficulty?
No, I'm shooting at you.
Yeah, you're being
Yeah.
shot.
But
I roll dice and you get killed.
I want to shoot back when it's my turn.
You'll get to if you survive. Oh, there's a triumph. Holy shit. Okay.
Pew, pew, pew,
Well,
pew.
it was nice knowing you. All I did was roll threat on my bad dice.
Oh, fine.
Poo, poo, poo.
Okay, so I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 successes.
This one's gonna sting.
Yeah, 6 successes. 1, 2, 3, 4 advantage. Remember when I don't like rolling dice that much as a GM? Because I pull down my pants and poop on people? It's about to happen. And I have
I
a
see
triumph
about
symbol as well.
half that many people fired.
So 6.
Use your lightsaber,
Weapons.
Remy. Why aren't you deflecting bullets?
All right,
yeah,
so
I don't have that ability.
you take 12
Go help
damage
her.
minus soak. Yeah.
That's 8.
Yep. I'm going to critically hit you because I have 2, 4. I have 4 advantage. Oh, no. Actually, I don't have any advantage because of my threat. So, yeah. But I do have triumph, so I will end up critting you anyways. Okay, so with the triumph symbol, I'm going to use it to activate a critical hit. You don't have any previous criticals, do you?
No,
Any-
I remember.
Deal. So there is no bonus numbers.
Everyone
so go
is
ahead.
healed from last time you watched.
Go ahead and roll high for me. Good.
I got pass out of 10.
15?
And a 5.
Is that what I'm seeing?
Yeah.
15. Oh, thank
Okay.
God.
Sudden jolt, you drop whatever's in your hand. Ah!
Oops!
I got shot!
Your big gun.
Ew!
Yeah, you dropped your big gun.
But you can pick it up.
Does your gun have a name? For some reason, I
We
want to call
named-
it Bertha.
We
But-
named it.
I don't remember what we named it though, but we did name
God,
it.
that was probably like Corellia too,
Or earlier.
or earlier. I don't know.
That
I don't
may
want
have
to
been
talk about
off
earlier.
camera.
That might have been before the campaign started. Right. So you take a fuck ton of damage and you drop your gun. You're still alive though. Like, what's your soak?
4.
Okay, so
And I have
yeah,
a
so
threshold
you're-
of 17, so I'm good.
so you're
Take
good.
2 more
That
of
hurt
those.
pretty. Maybe
It-
one more.
Yeah.
She's
One
at like
more of
2/3
those.
health. Yeah.
Math.
Oh, another 8 wouldn't drop her.
No, but 2 more of those would drop.
Would drop her.
Yeah, I hit her for 12.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. 8. Yep. Math.
Yeah, that's
we
my
we get
thing.
together and we do math on the weekends. Right. Okay, so it's now everybody's turn. You guys are getting shot at from kind of seemingly around corners. There are at least half a dozen assailants. You guys cannot get in your ship. Roll your mechanics check.
Hacker man.
You also have. I'm going to give you 2 disadvantage or two setback dice because you were surprised that you're. This will not be like mechanics from the difficulty. This is like setback, like, oh fuck, we're getting shot at, and Triz just got shot in the face.
Difficulty.
This would be 3 pupils.
Okay.
It's a lot of yellow dice. No triumphs.
I have a lack of success. I have a straight wash.
Would you like to flip a destiny point, sir?
Yeah, I think so.
Roll it back. Hit it again. Hit it again. This time do better.
That's the hope.
There's a triumph.
Woo!
There's
Yeah,
2
There's
triumphs.
2 triumphs, but that's a lot of failure.
That's a lot of failure. Oh,
It's a painful amount of failure.
that's 6 failures.
6 triumphs.
I think you
That's the
fail
other one.
with
So-
all the triumph symbols.
I fail with 2 triumphs and 1 advantage.
Sorry, was that 2 triumphs, 1 advantage?
And
That's it?
failure.
And failure. Okay, so you can't get it open. You have 1 advantage. Is that right?
Yeah.
What would you like to do with your 1 advantage?
Take cover.
Take a hit off your e-cigarette.
Just clench it between the teeth.
Come on, Bruto. Come on, Bruto.
It just pops out of your wrist.
So while doing mechanics checks, how would you like to spend 2 triumphs? This is the hard part of Star Wars.
Yeah, when you fail with triumphs. So how about, because I know we can mechanically like upgrade the next check. with the
Absolutely,
triumph, so we'll
yep.
do that with 1.
Yeah.
So I
So
can
you maybe
spit on
grab
my
a,
hands and
grab
really
a
rub
nearby
them together.
tool, use it to wedge something.
Yeah, I was just
Yep.
trying to use my robot arm and just pry, but I figured I'm a mechanic. I should probably use tools.
Yeah, that's fair. All right, so that's 1.
That's 1. I'm kind of at a loss on the second.
You see maybe the tool that you're going to use to help you wedge that open. It's like holding up a supply crate stack.
So just like
And
grab
so you
it
grab
and it
it,
drops
and
cover.
then it just creates like a little bit of a barrier so you guys have a little bit more cover.
Okay, that works. Yeah,
deal. All right.
That's great.
Cool. So that was Bruto's turn.
I shoot.
Okay, so you have to spend a maneuver to pick your weapon back up and re-engage it ready to fire. So that'll just cost you 1 maneuver. So
Can I still aim?
you can,
Or
but you
2
won't.
strain.
Yep. So you'll be good for. It'll cost you 2 strain, but you can aim.
Okay.
Deal. Is that what you're gonna do?
Yeah.
Okay. So go ahead and take 2 strain. Go ahead and add. I believe it's just a blue.
Yep.
Unless you did anything
And
fancy for the gun.
You, I think, get a free boost too on yours because it's
Because
accurate.
it's fancy gun.
Yep, from a fancy gun modification.
Fancy gun.
Way back
Eons ago.
When y'all tried to like set up Bruto and the
So
count.
it will be
Remember
2
that.
poiples for your bad stuff,
Okay.
and it will also be 1 black because they have cover as well.
Okay. That it?
All right, roll it up.
Murder them.
That's the plan.
Deal. While you're
Really?
doing that maths, because she probably will kill
Aw.
everybody.
You got those.
What are you
I
guys
have
doing?
4 advantage and lack of success.
So you fire wildly at the crates. Grains of rice explode everywhere. You lay down some serious suppressing fire. What do you have 4 advantage? Okay. What would you like to do with said advantage? And you're suppressing fire.
My advantage can, even though I don't hit anybody, can like my blaster bolts just kind of like bounce everywhere and confuse the people shooting.
Yeah, so mechanically that'll give them a setback on their next shot.
Cool.
Yeah, and then you can also give a boost to somebody else if they're going to fire back. At the dudes
is
as well.
anybody gonna hit at them?
I was planning on it.
Cool.
Probably asked for give it to him.
Well, you may need it actually.
True.
Yeah,
So I'm gonna give it to you because you may need it.
because guns aren't your specialty.
Not at
No.
all. No.
No, she's holding it upside down with the handle.
With the pinky.
Drop your weapons. You're gonna shoot yourself in the foot, you idiot. All right. So who's going next?
I'll go ahead and go.
Okay.
I'm also gonna politely remind Vox that he has a destroyer in his brain.
Disruptor.
Yeah, but then it pops open and then like
It's
Rice
just
a
spills
crazy.
out
meatball
of
rolls
it.
out. Yeah.
No, it's literally just an ear of corn just wedged in the.
Then I'm gonna tell Vox to figure out however he can help Bruto go over that way.
Deal.
Okay, and then... Okay, I'm gonna take a shot. You said 2 purple?
2 purple and setback because they do have cover.
Okay.
Yep.
And there's a bunch of rice flying in the air now.
And I'm going to go ahead and aim with my heavy blaster pistol.
Okay.
I forgot to aim with my tools.
Oh,
That's
that's what the
man.
problem was. Yeah. Yep. Somehow
Okay.
you would have gotten a 3rd triumph, and we would have had
Yeah.
to figure that one out.
Probably. They're trying to put a blue dice.
Exactly.
Okay, got 2 success and 1 advantage.
Okay. So that equals numbers.
Yeah, that equals 9 damage.
Okay. That drops one of the bounty hunter scum.
One of these
How many
goons.
more do we have left?
Lots.
More blaster shots coming at you. Yeah. Thematically appropriate bad guys.
Thematically.
Right. So you
Cinematically
start.
climactic results.
You still have your lightsaber in the other hand.
Yeah, and I use my advantage to wink at the most attractive female pirate.
Ooh. Deal. Deal. She
And distract
blushes. She blushes. Her face flushes with red.
He's just
Right.
too cool.
It's your turn now.
I'm also going to shoot at them.
How many rings
Okay.
so cool do you have?
So I have a boost from her, and I'm also gonna aim.
So, just for clarification's sake, you're not gonna shoot at the one Remy just winked at, are you?
Probably.
What a homewrecker.
Probably the one
I
I.
love trying.
I am gonna.
Oh, Triz. Or sorry, Var. It's been a long
2?
time since we played.
2 purple.
Yeah, 2 purple and a black will always be the bad stuffs.
Wait.
Unless you guys close the distance. Unless you want to get closer.
Unless more boxes fall now, I'm good.
Okay. These guys cancel too.
I have 1 success and 3 advantage.
You
All
shot
right.
better than
Should be
me.
able to crit.
I don't remember how that math works.
I think
Crit means you kill a minion.
No, I don't remember how the math.
No, she doesn't crit.
No.
She needs 4 crit.
She has.
welcome to
she
Star
has a,
Wars,
she has a cap
where
gun.
you sometimes have to shoot people.
She has a cap
and might
gun.
need an appropriate weapon to do so with.
She has a cap gun. And she actually pulls the trigger and it just has a flag that comes out that says bang.
I would like to
Somebody-
say.
And one guy
Shoot
goes,
shot.
"Ah!" The stormtroopers.
Yeah.
Classic. Alright, so how much damage do you deal?
I hate all of you. That's math I don't remember how to do.
Okay, so
I
the
deal
numbers
5.
5 plus number of successes.
So 5.
You got
No,
1
you-
success.
You always have to add 1 because
So
you have 1
six.
Oh,
success.
so
Yeah.
6. Okay.
Deal. That does not kill a person.
Nope.
But
I
he
got
goes,
3
oh, the
advantage.
girl goes, ow, you bitch!
Oh, she has some bad heartburn now.
Alright, that ends the
It might
round.
almost kill her.
So, Vox is going to help you with mechanic stuffs. So I'm going to grab his sheet. That's a guy.
He's just gonna run into the door.
Alright, so he... what rules did we make up for assisting on stuff? Are we still doing
boost
the-
per rank?
Okay.
I think is how it goes.
Yeah, because I know that there's actual rules for like number of
I think
ranks,
that's how
number
it
of
is.
stupid stuff. Okay. All right. So he has 4 ranks in mechanics.
Okay.
Yeah. He loves having sex
My
with
God,
robots.
I hope we can do this.
He loves having sex with robots. All right. So you get 4 boosts on your next mechanic check. Right. They're gonna shoot at you guys again.
That's rude.
And 1 is dead, so it's just 2 yellows and a green. They're going to be aiming collectively to the group. They also have a setback from Triz, a setback from cover, and I'm going to use a destiny point to flip a green to a yellow.
Okay. Who are you shooting
Give
at?
me a yellow.
Other way.
I'll shoot at Var,
Rude.
who was the last person to shoot someone in the group.
Still rude.
Right, and 2 points.
Var.
Var?
I'm going to say, yeah, okay.
Mike died. All of you can shut up.
We don't know that
No,
for
we
sure.
100% know that Mike died.
Triz.
Triz, is that you? All right, so I have a lack of success with 2 advantage and a triumph symbol. So they shoot and miss.
Yay.
The 2 advantage will be that they blow up most of your cover,
Well, that's rude.
and the triumph will be that they they will make it harder for Triz to shoot back. So you have to upgrade a purple to a red.
She is the threat.
You have the biggest gun. They're laying down some pretty heavy, like,
Plus, like, the
suppressing fire.
horns, it just... They can see them through your helmet.
Do I even wear a helmet?
Well, we're in, like,
It's just like
back gear right now.
Star
so-
Wars vacuum is really weird because all you have to do is cover your eyes and your
Yeah,
mouth and you're good.
Yeah. Get yourself a scuba mask.
Yeah, like when Han
When they
Solo
go
and
into
them
the
are in
world.
the,
Yeah.
the asteroid and they're just like, well, let's fuck around. Hey, watch for those Minox eating the tower cables.
They don't even have eye protection. They just have, like, their breather masks. They're just walking around in the vacuum of space
Which
in
is
this worm's
also-
stomach.
It makes sense. That's why there's explosions.
That's true. But also, yeah.
Yeah.
Space has
You're not
air.
wrong.
No, the thing is they actually put special contacts in so their
Oh,
eyeballs
yeah,
don't
sure.
get sucked out by the vacuum of space. Yeah.
How do they pull the contacts out, then?
Listen, you're
Implants. They're medical implants.
You're
There we
asking
go.
way
Okay.
too many questions for Star Wars lore.
Did somebody just get
Could
shot?
afford
Is that where we're
implants
at?
like
Yeah, I think it's your guys' turn.
Yeah.
Would like to shoot.
I
Oh,
would
okay.
very much like to shoot. I need another yellow, please.
I don't. You still yellow.
Right.
It's just technology magic. That's all it is.
There is also a black. Oh, you do have a black. Okay.
I see lack of success with 6 advantage.
Ooh, you could go on a shopping spree with that and buy nothing
One of
worthwhile.
those and one of those.
Why can't I shoot
Blow
today?
up their cover.
You did just watch
Ever
a video.
since you heard Grinder's name,
Probably.
you've
You're
been
just
on
on
tilt.
tilt. Yeah. It's too late.
I can't. I don't know. What if one of them is him in a helmet?
I never know.
All right. So
Oh,
you
know.
miss. You have a bunch of advantage. Would you like to blow up some of their cover?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So there's
Okay.
just boxes of rice just blown up everywhere.
They are
right?
not going to be able to deliver this food.
Oh,
We're done.
the Huts are going to be pissed.
I
love
their rice.
You want to make a snow angel?
Now is not the
A
time.
ricing?
But I
No,
would
okay.
like to make
Yeah.
a ricing.
If only the
Sometime.
gravity was still disengaged.
Right. So, what would you like to use your infinity advantage on? So we're gonna use. I would say to blow up their cover, it'll cost you 4.
Okay, so I have 2 more advantage.
Which you could give someone a boost on their shot, if you wanted to.
I'll
You
give
give them a-
Var another boost.
Okay. All right.
Can you crit if you don't hit?
Interesting question.
You can on the foodstuffs. Yeah,
Most
absolutely.
foodstuffs are
The rice
murdered.
just kind of
Yeah.
explodes,
Yeah.
gets in their
Individual
eyes.
grains just...
Yep. One box has just books in it, and they have a spine, so you can backstab it. I learned that rule. Paper. All right. Do you want to mechanics again before this gets out of
let's see
control?
if I can manage this.
I already
pool
got
of
out
dice.
of control. I don't know what you're talking
Yeah, you've been
about.
out of control for 45 minutes.
3 difficulty?
Yeah.
Okay.
But you do have all the boosts.
Yeah. Just take that.
Keep it.
Just clear out some of those dice. He's got way too many to even.
Yahtzee!
Ah.
I think the door is coming open. Because I have 3 success and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 advantage.
Deal. That door slides open like Var on a second date. Sorry. It's not wrong.
Second.
Hashtag Corellia.
The first one was a train heist. It wasn't even a date. It was a work function.
It was a train heist. You were on the job.
I was trying to get the job done, thank you.
It was a work function.
Well, I think
Listen,
you did.
Mike would agree. One out of three stormtroopers would very much agree that the job was done.
And one of the others doesn't count because he was Steve.
Yeah. Nobody likes Steve.
But now Mike
Nobody
is
likes
dead.
you, Steve.
Anyway,
We don't know that.
shut up!
We
He may
don't
still
know
be
that.
alive.
Var?
Var would like to turn around and shoot Bruto's
we
other
need
arm.
enough time to pass for him to
Asshole.
develop a new personality. He goes through life crises way too much, you know? Like, all right, the door comes open. Would you like to use your advantage for thematically cool stuff?
I'd like to go through the door.
Okay, cool.
So cool.
So cool. He slides through the door, and Vox comes through too, but Vox weighs about a ton, crashes onto Bruto. Deal.
And then it's just off to the
Spills
races.
everywhere.
Deal. So you guys, you are heading towards the ship. I'm assuming you're heading towards the cockpit to try
I think so.
and
I'll
disengage
start
the stuff.
the-
Okay.
Kind of. And I don't mind if we just leave this door open when we break contact.
That's
You know what I'm
fair.
saying? I've played FTL. I
well-
know when people board your ship, you open all the doors and let the oxygen out.
Exactly. And then you teleport to their ship,
Yeah.
kill everybody, and then collect all the loot. Yeah. Exactly. Classic FTL. Right. So you're getting a beep on your data pad. Your Wi-Fi is connected.
Wow.
You finally authenticated. There's a ship heading your way, and you get a very small profile, but its weapons are powering up.
Okay, so I think our airlock is closer to engineering, so shields?
That's fair. It is a fire spray.
Oh!
Yeah.
Goody.
Good luck with all your shields.
Yay!
Deal. All right. Would you like to say anything to the crew?
So guys, there's a fire spray inbound, guns are hot. Now would be a good time to leave.
All right. And with Bruto giving that message over the comms, we're going to call that a session. We'll see you again next week for more Legacy of Ash. If we have like a good belly laugh, just don't aim your laugh at the microphone. I think is best.
Everybody will look it up.
Yep.
That one was just for Kathy. It's good to be
Off
back.
to a great start.
It's good to be back, ladies and germs.